all of your broke friends are working 40-hour weeks. You know, I'll never get the guys that do 40 hours weekly, 9 to 5 hours, or don't pick up on the weekend, don't pick up of an evening. I had someone that they just texted me back saying, it's 7:30 at night, we'll talk tomorrow. Thinking, yes, it's 7:30 at night, it's a perfect fucking time, answer the phone, what's wrong with you? I can't believe people actually think like that.
I suppose it comes down to what people want out of life. Not everybody is an aspiring entrepreneur, not everyone is setting huge targets and expectations for themselves. I understand that most people don't have crazy high aspirations in business and to be, whoever. But it's fine. It only frustrates me when the same people are also the same people that complain about problems that arise from the fact that essentially they're not putting enough work into
or they
business.
Get salty about others' success and then make jealous remarks and try and pull other people down, meanwhile doing nothing about their own lack of success. It's not even about business. Like, it could be the same in a job.
Yeah.
If you look at any good job, really, there's going to be some exclusions, but really any good job, you still have to work the same number of hours. You're not going to get anywhere in any company that's admirable working 40 hours a week. You join KPMG, you join Goldman Sachs, you join any big company, you're going to work 18 hours a day for multiple years before you even get any sort of traction in the business. It's just the expected work output.
It doesn't bother me until people start to complain about things that could be resolved by simply putting in more effort. And like you say, it's not just about business. It might be they complain about their family, they complain about their relationship, they complain about work, they complain about business. Whatever that thing is, the solution 9 out of 10 times is just to put more effort in.
What are you actually doing for the rest of the week? Like, if we did some quick maths on it, if you're working 8 hours a day, you sleep in 8 hours. I mean, you don't even need to sleep 8 hours. Let's say you sleep in 6 hours. What are you actually now doing with the 10 hours?
It's a good question. I'd love to know. Because me personally, I don't really have anyone in my immediate circle that falls into that category of, puts in the minimum effort required and then goes and, I don't know, what do they do?
10 hours a day,
TV,
man.
Watch Netflix?
Yeah, like, how do you actually spend that 10 hours? Like, what could you possibly do? Even if you had a couple of hours for commuting and eating, like, you still got so much time.
Yeah.
Even, you know what? Throw in the gym, throw in social events. You still got hours and hours and hours. There's no excusable justification for leaving all of those hours for bullshit.
Yeah.
I can't sympathize with that way of living. And you don't have to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to do anything in particular, but it's just the lack of productivity that people have with their time.
There is, just to play devil's advocate though, an argument to suggest that if you are someone that dedicates every waking minute of your life to an external goal, whether it's business, whatever the case might be, you are going to miss quite a lot of opportunity that you won't get back.
Like what?
The birthdays that you miss, the Christmases that you miss, the time spent with family members who might not be here in the future. It's something that I actually think about.
But where exactly is the sacrifice there? Because where in...
I think being present. I think for me, I struggle to be really present in the moment with friends and family and loved ones because I'm constantly thinking about that message, that call, that meeting.
I think the best people struggle to be present for sure. If we're speaking about really the best in business, but that's only the same as the best in sport or the best in the military or the best in any walk of life. There are sacrifices to be had, but I'm not necessarily advocating for not being present because I think family is something that money can never buy, and time with loved ones is something that no amount of success will ever give you, and so therefore it's a commodity that's valuable as anything and should be a part of your life. But ultimately it's a short part of the day. A birthday happens a few times a year depending on the size of your family. It's, if you're present for a few hours, that's definitely suffice. You make, a few hours a week with your parents, a few hours a week with your siblings, a few hours a week with your children, whatever it is. Maybe more with your children actually. But the point being, it's not 10 hours a day, which is what we've just evaluated is free if you are working 40 hours.
Yeah.
So under no circumstances is that for me an excuse to justify not working hard.
But it's hard to draw the line, I think. It's very hard to find that balance, or at least I found. Maybe you haven't, but
In terms of the extremism of working or not working.
Yeah.
But isn't that just because it's you and you are an all or nothing guy? Very much the same with me.
Yeah, potentially.
I think the average guy out there, why can't the average guy do more? I think it's a mental thing. It's not time. Because if I've got time, the guy that works 40 hours a week's got time.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. I don't miss out on family events. I'm still present in my family's life. Sometimes under tight schedules, but I'm present.
Yeah. I think just the entrepreneurial space sort of brainwashes you a little bit to believe that you have to be locked in every waking hour of the day. And that hour that you missed because you were with your partner, or that hour that you missed because you were at a family event, is going to cost you your success. I think it's actually quite a negative.
I think it's toxic as anything. I think there's this, just in the same way that you just spoke about the importance of being present for family, it's just about being present for business. You don't have to lock into business. You don't have to lock in all the time. A lot of the time it's just being present, especially as like a business owner in a small business, for example, or even a big business. It's different if you've got a job where you need to be locked in, but that's a job, and often with a job, you've got time off, or you can accommodate time off.
Yeah.
And when you do have time off, you're pressure-free because it's not your business. So if you're in a job and you take X day or number of hours away from the workplace, you can kind of forget about work then. So the perks, there's pros and cons of that. Intense work, relaxed home environments. But as a business owner, it's the opposite, because you can have more relaxed working, but you're always needed to be working. So the way to handle that for me is to just be present. Just actually be present. When you are going off with your partner to watch, 4 hours of Netflix, just have your phone on. Just every 20 minutes, check in on your communications, check your emails, check your WhatsApps, call some of the team, just make sure things are all good. Stay in the loop, keep up to date. You're still at work that way. Yes, you might not be productive and getting loads done, but you're there, you're present. Whereas I think a lot of people resort to, I need time off, and then they go and have a week holiday. Well, that's not the solution now, because you're behind, you're not present, people in the office or wherever it is don't feel your presence in the same way. You haven't really achieved a whole lot, because all you've done is go on holiday. And ultimately you could still work silently, a little bit here and there when you're away, and still be present in the business. So actually, just in the same way that it's important to just always be present with family, just always be present with business, always be working, in theory.
I think a lot of people would struggle. I think a lot of people have an on or off mentality. It's like, I'm working or I'm not working. So I think that might be a learned skill. Actually, I think it might be something that you have to develop over time to be able to sort of have part of your brain constantly, in the loop with business or work or whatever your other commitments are, whilst you're at those events with family, friends, loved ones.
As a guy, there should be two modes. There should be locked in, and there should be working presently. I don't think you should switch off as a guy. I can't see any utility for that in your life. What guy, and I'm speaking about aspirational men here, not bottom drawer men, what aspirational top drawer man shuts off? Name me one.
None of them?
None of them. If you watch any movie of any elite male playing a certain role, they're always active. Often a James Bond film starts with him somewhere doing something crazy, looking like he's switched off. Phone rings, boom, answer, there he goes. He's present still. He can be reached. He's contactable. He's available. He's ready to go. So he's not off. He's working, relaxed. There's a fine line there for me. The guys that switch off will forever be losers, I think. Whereas the guys that are finding that balance of being locked in and then just being present, that's the two modes. You have those two modes. Only use those two modes.
It becomes a necessity. I think. I think when you get to a certain level, you're forced into that really, because you don't. If you're running a business, you can't be completely off. You just can't. So I think it's a natural progression for you to unlearn that behaviour of either I'm working or I'm not working, and then you transition into a mode where you're working, you're present at all times, but you're working when needed.
It's a
when
skill to
required.
carry through any walk of life, whether you're into fitness, just being active, being aware of your macros,
Yeah,
taking note of your expenditure
it becomes
24
a
hours a
lifestyle,
day.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just being present, bro, in every aspect of your life. Be present with fitness and understand what you're eating, what expenditure you're doing, how you're sleeping. Just be aware. Just know what the hell's going on. Don't diet and then stop.
Yeah.
That extremism of turning off holds you back in every walk of life.
That's a great example, actually. Very.
It's the
very
same
much
for me
the
with
same.
business.
Yeah.
Why would you ever switch off? It's like not tracking your business macros or not being aware of your business expenditure.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Just be active, but business, it's comms and planning. When you're not there, make sure you're in touch with your time. Have time management. Know what's going on. If you are chilling out watching Netflix with your girlfriend, cool. But know what time you're needed and where. Understand that you still need to be reachable. Be on top of comms and be aware of situations that are happening currently. It's a basic to get right. All of your broke friends are working 40-hour weeks. If you have people that are around you that are not successful, observe their working hours, because I don't think there are very many people, if any at all, that are absolutely grafting and aren't rewarded for it. Nobody. And so if you look at those people that are doing 40 hours, not achieving anything in their life, and you want to do the same number of hours, well, you're going to be in the same position.
Yeah. All you need to do is essentially look at the people that you admire, look at the people that you aspire to be like, and reverse engineer what their day looks like. And you won't find, as you say, you won't find a single one of those people who is a 40-hour per week person.
Run a 360 of who you're around. Run a 360 of who you're around and evaluate what they're putting in and what they're getting out, and all of the answers will come to you. Everybody in a good job, everybody with a successful business is grafting every waking minute of every day. Reverse engineer, understand that's where they are because that's what they give. It's give and take. Those that give nothing get nothing, and those that give a lot take a lot. It's basic maths, really.
And no one's forcing you to do it either. No one's holding a gun to your head saying you have to be working all the time. You have to be an
That's most people's problem, though. See, I'm holding a gun to my own head every day. And that's the problem, because those that you should really admire are holding a gun to your head every single day and telling you to do it.
Yeah, no one else is going to do it for you.
Well, we hold a gun to each other's head, bro. Are you really going to get up and leave here? No, because you're going to get smoked on your way out. You are going to have a hard time getting out of this office. You're going to get shit thrown at you. You're going to be abused. You're not going to leave?
Maybe not here. Maybe at the Hilton a couple of years ago. It's a bit more civilised around here now.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we didn't get to this point because we had that relaxed mindset.
No.
It was a crime to leave your shift if you were sub 18 hours.
Yeah.
If you hadn't worked 18 hours and you tried to leave that old office, it weren't happening, bro. We weren't letting it happen. But because of that mutual accountability, we're all there. And it just summarises the importance of the people that you're around. Reverse engineer the positions of the people that you admire the positions of.